Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, how Superior's mayor plans to bring faster, cheaper internet. Why he says it's so badly needed. Plus, the mother of a black man killed during a Minnesota traffic stop demands stronger charges. This on the day that the ex-cop who shot him made her first court appearance. And unrest in Chicago over the fatal police shooting of a 13-year-old boy. We take a look at what led to the officer firing his weapon.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Briggs LaSavage. Thanks for joining us. Kristen is off tonight. Faster internet for a much cheaper cost. That's Superior city leaders' goal. Tonight they gave the public a first look at their new idea called Connect Superior. CBS 3's Natalie Grant takes a look at how it works.
Plans are in motion to modernize the way people in Superior get their internet. Superior Connector would end what's currently an internet company monopoly and move to a localized fiber connection that would give the people of the city an option to choose from a handful of competing providers.
The infrastructure is remaining stagnant or not being improved, and fiber is the fastest connection out there.
Tyler Elm, Superior City Council Vice President, who has been leading this project, says installing a system that allows more providers will create competition in the market, driving prices down while keeping speeds up.
Right now, the average price is around $80 a month, and you're getting 100 by 10 megabits for about that price. So going for $55 a month for 1,000 by 1,000 with the ability to go much faster in the future with that same infrastructure really gives us a lot more opportunity.
Opportunity and more choices. With this new system, people would have the flexibility to change their provider with just one click, doing away with a process that otherwise is a big, expensive hassle.
The difference is when Charter hooks it up, you can only get Charter on that cable. When we hook it up, you can get anybody you want on that cable. And if you don't like who you're getting today, switch and get somebody else tomorrow.
Superior Mayor Jim Payne says this past year has highlighted the need for reliable and affordable internet in the city, essential for things like education and a local economy.
We are a digital society. The world is changing, and internet is not a luxury. It is an absolute necessity. And the pandemic showed that.
A new plan to adapt to the times and keep Superior connected.
There's no timetable on exactly when this plan could be adopted. In order for it to become a reality, though, 40% of the city's population would have to be willing to opt in. City leaders say costs could go down even more with the president's latest infrastructure proposal. We have a link on our website where you can learn more about the project and watch back that public meeting in real time. Well, meanwhile, a Northland congressman is hoping to streamline the critical mineral permitting process. Congressman Pete Stauber introduced the bill today. His goal is to change the permitting process on federal lands in Minnesota and nationwide, making it what he referred to as more timely and transparent. It would require agencies to complete the permitting process within 2.5 years and ensure federal and state agencies don't do the same reviews. In northeastern Minnesota, this legislation could impact Twin Metals, which entered the environmental review process toward the end of 2019. Well, Dave, we finally saw a nice day out there. The sun came out, I was walking my dog, and we heard that tornado siren, that severe weather week warning, and he got a little scared out on our walk.
That's right. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week this week in Wisconsin and in Minnesota. And the topic of discussion, well, let's zoom in here and take a look at what we're talking about this week. Tomorrow, we'll chat about extreme heat, a little bit early perhaps because we usually don't get that until July. Today, yeah, indeed, the topic was tornado safety. That's why we had the drill at 6:45. Best place to go and seek shelter? A basement, if you have it, of course. Yesterday, we chatted about flood avoidance, and that was timely because today, the Aiken area is facing a flood warning around the Mississippi River. They got a fair amount of precip over the past couple of days, but that should fade away quickly, I hope, because higher pressure settling in is pushing the clouds away, and that's changing things around to the flavor that Briggs enjoyed earlier today, which means some sunshine. Tonight, of course, the sun has already set, but it should be clear to partly cloudy. A little bit cool, 25 to 30. Tomorrow, sunny and 50. That's about 1 degree warmer than normal, the best we've had in a while. Will it get warmer than that for the weekend? I'll talk about which way the temps will go coming up in just a couple more minutes.
I sure hope so. Thanks, Dave. Tonight, more unrest in Brooklyn Center over the death of Daunte Wright. For 5 nights now, people have marched on the streets outside the city's police department demanding justice for the 20-year-old. This is a look at that crowd tonight. So far, more peaceful than what we've seen earlier this week. These protests come on the same day that the officer charged in Wright's death made her first court appearance. Kim Potter is charged with manslaughter, but Wright's family wants stronger charges filed against the former Brooklyn Center police officer. Kate Radich shows us what happened in court today and explains why the family says they don't want justice, they want accountability.
Kim Potter appeared in Hennepin County Court remotely Thursday. Potter was dressed in a plaid shirt and appeared on camera only when her attorney, Earl Gray, panned to show that they were both in the same room. Potter only spoke when asked by the judge if she was present, and she said, "Yes, I am." Her court appearance, which lasted just 5 minutes, comes 4 days after she shot and killed 20-year-old Daunte Wright during a traffic stop in Brooklyn Center.
We were building my son up to be somebody. He was going to be somebody. He was a good kid. We loved him a lot. And the way he was killed, he did not deserve that.
Authorities say the 26-year veteran officer was training another officer during her shift Sunday when they pulled Wright over. They discovered Wright had an outstanding warrant and asked him to get out of the vehicle. Court documents say when Wright pulled away from officers, it was 6 seconds from the time Potter said she was going to tase him to when she shot him using her handgun. 1 second before firing a single fatal shot, body cameras captured Potter saying, "Taser, taser, taser." Defense attorney Earl Gray also represented ex-St. Anthony police officer Geronimo Yanez, who was acquitted of second-degree manslaughter, the same charge after shooting and killing Philando Castile in 2016, also during a traffic stop. Wright's mother, Katie, said she wants accountability.
But even then, when that happens, if that even happens, we're still going to bury our son. We're still never going to be able to see our baby boy.
Potter will be back in court in about a month. Meanwhile, both sides have now rested their case in Derek Chauvin's murder trial without the former Minneapolis police officer taking the stand. Today, Chauvin used his Fifth Amendment right, protecting him against self-incrimination. If he would have testified, he would have been questioned by both the defense and the prosecution. The defense took 2 days to call their witnesses, while prosecutors took 2 weeks. Closing arguments are now set to start on Monday, and once that wraps up, the jury will then be sequestered until they reach a unanimous verdict.
If I were you, I would plan for long and hope for short. Basically, it's up to the jury how long you deliberate.
Chauvin is charged with both second and third-degree murder in George Floyd's death. Meanwhile, in Chicago, there is shock and sadness after police body camera video released today showed an officer shooting and killing a 13-year-old boy. We want to warn you, though, what you're about to see is disturbing. The incident began just before 2:30 on the morning of March 29th. Police were responding to the sound of gunshots at the time, and police saw 13-year-old Adam Toledo. They chased him for about 20 seconds before an officer opened fire and hit the boy in the chest. Police say he had a gun in his right hand, and they later found a semi-automatic pistol a few feet away. Today, Chicago's mayor, who has a 13-year-old of her own, sympathized with the family.
No parent should ever have a video broadcast widely of their child's last moments. Much less be placed in a terrible situation of losing their child in the first place.
The Toledo family says one of Adam's dreams was to be a police officer one day. The city is now preparing for potential protests tonight. New data shows the nation's suicide rates are dropping. Based on preliminary data from the CDC, the nation's suicide rate dropped 6% in 2020. That's the biggest decline in almost 4 decades. The highest rate was back in 1941. Essentia's mental health experts say they've conducted more than 40,000 appointments using telehealth services since the pandemic started. About 80% have been for mental health. Essentia psychiatrist Stephen Sutherland says that accessibility has made a big difference in getting people the help that they need. While it is good news, Sunderland worries that people may have coped with the pandemic in other dangerous ways. leading to higher death rates in other categories.
This is not just suicide, but people who die from drug overdoses, particularly famously opioids, to deaths related to complications of alcohol use. Those numbers have actually climbed during the course of the pandemic.
There's legislation now at the Minnesota Capitol that could mean more permanent telehealth services for people all across the state. Minnesota high school sports leaders want spring athletes to play outside without their masks on. The Minnesota State High School League Board asked state health leaders to allow that today. If approved, it would apply only to actual competitions, not practices. Athletes would have to wear masks during any breaks, such as before and after races, while sitting in the dugout or standing on the sidelines. The request comes as Minnesota has climbed now to 5th in the country for new COVID-19 cases per capita just in the last 2 weeks. The state health commissioner says while the risk for the virus is lower outside, it's not zero. She also warns of recent threats of COVID variants that are more contagious. Still to come on Live Local, CBS3 exploring the Northland through the eyes of a wolf. We explain what researchers are learning from this incredible new video.
79 degrees is our record high from 1913. The normal was 49. Today we hit 52. Through the weekend, similar temperatures should be with us. Come Monday, it could cool enough for another round of rain-snow mixes, and we'll talk about the odds of that paying off coming up after this break.
Local news and local weather here on CBS3.
Please help us protect people with disabilities and other vulnerable Minnesotans of all ages from COVID-19.
Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a COVID community coordinator.
We all want to get back to normal as soon as possible, so please help us stop the spread by doing the right things to protect ourselves and others.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
Update your outdoor living space with AC2 pressure-treated lumber from Menards. Get the beautiful and natural look of wood with the added protection of AC2 treated lumber for your next outdoor project. Grown, sawn, and treated in the USA. This quality lumber is perfect for any projects left exposed to the elements. Nobody stocks more AC2 pressure-treated lumber than Menards. All 11% off. Save 11% on everything else. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
A lot of people think, well, I'll wait until May and get my bike repaired, and we're saying bring it in early. We have a full repair staff. You'll get the bike back quickly, so you'll have the bike when you want to start riding.
With so much time at home, I need new furniture.
Right now, during Slumberland's Build Your Room sale, you can revamp any space for only $20, $30, $40 a month. Check out this bedroom set.
Oh, I've got everything I need there.
Okay, how about some options for your living room? Just $20 a month when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
Love it.
Build your room during our best financing sale of the year.
Well, hello, Slumberland. Oh, no, did I miss the exit?
Hey, pal, you look a little lost.
What?
You know your smartphone has GPS, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm driving right now.
Let's text your sister to see if she's texting. Okay, look, I'll help. I've got a map. Okay.
I am done with this distraction.
Not my hairdryer. Hey, no! Ah, that's distracting. Okay, Uncle.
Focus on driving, not the distractor.
Find me a new driver.
Get lost.
Memorial Blood Centers is facing a critical challenge maintaining an adequate supply of blood to meet the needs of our hospital partners. Donating blood is essential for healthcare and the health of our community, especially during a pandemic. To schedule an appointment or learn more, call 1-888-448-3253 or visit mbc.org.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Ice Melt is a big event around these parts, and a lot of our lakes have opened up, but up north, some are still holding on to enough ice. Right now, the status of Vermilion's ice out, I don't know if it officially has been declared ice out, but Fraser Bay opened up today. This picture comes courtesy of Pete Mikowski, perhaps better known as Peter Mack for those who listened to WEVE back in the day. That's a gorgeous stretch of country up there, and I'm looking forward to jumping in the lake, which may be able to be done early in June, but until then, it's better safe to stay out. It stays pretty chilly. It's like doing a polar plunge here in the Duluth area. Brisk, brisk, brisk. But we are looking for a bit of a warm-up over the next couple of days. Not much more than normal, but since the last few days were cooler than normal, we'll call it a success. And we'll talk more about that success rate after we look at the current conditions coming in from Duluth International, where it's 45 degrees, relative humidity 63%, north wind 6 miles per hour, and a high air pressure reading at 30.11 inches of mercury. Again, as high pressure settles into our region to keep it calm and reasonably mild, at least through Sunday. Monday will be a day of change when we get our next chance for precip. Here's a look at the current temperatures. Chilling down just a bit because of a clear sky, at least temporarily. 29 to 36 for the Upper Peninsula. And in northern Wisconsin, we're running 32 in LaPointe to 41 down towards Hayward. And hooking over to Solon Springs that way as well. Just a tiny bit cooler around Superior. Cloquet to Moose Lake, that stretch of country, 41 to 43 up the North Shore, upper 30s for a lot of places. And into the Iron Ranges, Evelyn and the Quad Cities, including Virginia, mid-40s. The rest of the ranges, border country, just a little bit cooler than that. Low temps tonight likely will be in the 20s for most of us, though 30s, low 30s by the lake is possible as well. Doppler map right now shows the clouds earlier this morning were pushed away rather rapidly by the advance of Canadian high pressure. And so clearer sky with us now, and probably tomorrow as well, as the low pressure system that brought rain and snow the other day goes away. This high settles in to keep us sunny and dry, probably through Sunday, as I mentioned. Then Monday, a day of change. Clouds build back in as this Colorado low gets closer. Those clouds block the sun, cools our temperatures down into the upper 30s. Cool enough to support another round of rain snow mixes. It's a 60% chance. But it should be gone as early as Tuesday, and then we'll slowly rebuild our temperatures back up towards 50 as next week unfolds. Tonight, Minnesota-wise, we're eyeing up low temps from the 20s inland to 30s by the lake. Wisconsin, Michigan, 27 to 30. We all get a partly cloudy sky. And then tomorrow we all get a sunny sky with Wisconsin, Michigan highs 48 to 53 degrees. The normal's 49. Minnesota numbers should run about mid-40s by the lake to low 50s inland. Not too bad at all. And then the weekend should be pretty decent. Fairly sunny Saturday. Clouds do start to build in Sunday, though, which sets us up then for that rain-snow mix chance and the cool down on Monday. Again, followed by the Marshall Plan for the Northlands weather. We rebuild from Tuesday, Wednesday, back towards 50 next Thursday.
All right, just a small blip to get over. Thanks, Dave. Well, for the first time, researchers are getting new insight into how a wild wolf spends its days. Voyager's Wolf Project shared this video on Twitter this week. You can see them releasing that wolf about 6 weeks ago. Now, the organization which studies wolves in our area was able to retrieve that camera collar from that lone wolf. Now they have this amazing footage for us all to see. Despite the fur getting in the way a little bit there, you can see it's kind of tough to make out what's going on. But they did determine that the wolf gnawed on a deer leg, ate some fish, and patrolled the Voyagers National Park area. Very cool. They hope to use more camera collars in the future. I hope they do too, because that's fun to watch. Well, a popular spot to explore the outdoors reopens at the end of the month. Wisconsin's Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest campgrounds will start welcoming visitors on April 29th. Forest managers say the early thaw helped them start preparing for the large number of campers expected this summer. You can reserve campsites online. We have a link on our website. And Duluth City Councilor Zach Filipovich says he won't run again. In a statement, the at-large rep says he hopes to see new voices and fresh perspectives on the council. Filipovich is the councilor's most senior member right now. He was also the youngest to ever serve as council president at 23 years old. His term expires in January, and Filipovich will continue serving until then. The at-large seat will be on the ballot in November. No one has announced their plans to run for that particular seat just yet. A local tradition is being revived this week, raising money for a good cause. Duluth Pottery is hosting the Empty Bowl Invitational Exhibit and Sale. They're selling bowls made by local artists. The majority of sales go to the Second Harvest Food Bank here in Duluth. The handcrafted bowls are empty, but buying one helps people experiencing food insecurity be full.
What do you hope people take away from it?
Well, for sure, a really nice bowl, but also a feeling that they can contribute to, what's going on in our community and help feed people in this time of need.
The sale started today and goes until Saturday. People can shop online or at the Duluth Pottery Gallery in Lincoln Park. More information about the event can be found at CBS3Duluth.com. Still to come on Live Local, CBS3, a recent cyber attack leads to sanctions on Russia. We'll have the details from Washington next.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Dr. Annabelle Butler discusses bariatric surgery, which aims to significantly and sustainably reduce body weight.
Bariatric surgery is really meant to treat the disease of obesity. And the disease of obesity comes along with several other chronic metabolic diseases. And the ones that are most common that we see would be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, sleep apnea. A patient with diabetes who comes in for their weight loss surgery will go home and notice that they're using much less insulin, if not completely off of their insulin after surgery. Not every patient that gets bariatric surgery has a medical condition related to their obesity, but the great thing about bariatric surgery is it actually helps prevent them from developing those conditions. Really, bariatric surgery ends up adding years to a patient's life.
Dr. Butler says bariatric surgery is a proven tool for long-term, meaningful weight loss, though she knows there are misconceptions among her patients and others.
I tell them it's not a willpower issue, and that's part of the stigma of weight, but we have to change the way that we view obesity. And I keep coming back to, obesity is a disease. Patients after weight loss surgery tend to enjoy a new lease on life. They have improved physical function. They are coming off of a lot of chronic long-term medications and in general have a higher quality of life after surgery.
Bariatric surgery patients generally return to work within 2 weeks. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
Hey Northland, Link RV has just opened a brand new 18,000 square foot service and parts facility to meet all your RV needs. With 12 service bays and our brand new parts showroom, we're sure to have everything you're looking for. Link RV, our reputation is everything.
Race in for a great deal now on the Honda CR-V. The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is here.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Get your new John Deere tractor from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
Friday on CBS3 this morning, an overview of former Officer Kim Potter's first court appearance after the death of Dante Wright in Brooklyn Center. And we've got more sunshine in store for us on Friday. I'll look at your weekend forecast. So make sure to wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
CBS3 Sports is brought to you by Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment.
President Biden says he talked with Russian President Vladimir Putin about the sanctions that the U.S. announced today in retaliation for Russian cyber attacks and election interference. The U.S. is sanctioning more than 30 individuals and entities. It comes after intelligence officials determined that Russia was behind the SolarWinds hack, which infiltrated the Pentagon, intelligence agencies, nuclear labs, and Fortune 500 companies. The U.S. is also expelling 10 Russian diplomats and intelligence officers in Washington, D.C. The punishment is also connected to Russia's interference in the 2020 election. And coming up in sports, it was a beautiful day for the Saints home opener. Kelly has the highlights next.
Local news and local weather here on CBS3.
Healthy Systems USA Spring Sale is going on now. Get a free bottle of Healthy Start Spray and lose 30 to 50 pounds in just 2 months with purchase of 1-month program. That's right, 2-month program for 1-month price. Call us today. Limited supply.
The health of the Iron Range is our passion. That's why at Fairview Range, we do everything we can to keep our community healthy and safe. Our compassionate team is always here for you and for each other. No matter what, we step up because that's just what we do. we are here for you, always. Fairview Range, we're here.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick parks itself. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
Kind of got a sixth sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep.
So you.
It is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Use purchase allowance to get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2021 Buick SUVs.
Now's the time to make your front lawn feel more like a welcome mat. The Z200 is built to cut like a pro, to cut quickly, to turn on a dime, to control with effortless precision. Kubota quality, affordable price. The Kubota Z200. Right now, get the Kubota Z200 mower for 0 down and 0% APR for 48 months or save $200.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
One day, and I hope not far from now, friendly handshakes and hugs will return.
I cannot wait to have a potluck with families and friends.
I can't wait to dance on the powwow trails again.
Reconnect with one another.
Get all the kids together.
Go to kindergarten.
For everyone to meet our son, Anthony.
What I'm most looking forward to is performing again. As long as we do our part, I believe we'll get back to that real soon.
The big 6% instant rebate is back. Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and yep, that's right. You'll get an additional 6% off on the floor price instantly when you pay at the counter. What could be sweeter? Get this Frigidaire laundry pair with an electric dryer, regularly $14.98, on sale for $13.49. After the 6% rebate, just $12.69. Or get a small upright freezer, just $2.15 after rebate. We'll have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
Healthy Systems USA Spring Sale is going on now. Get a free bottle of Healthy Start Spray and lose 30 to 50 pounds in just 2 months with purchase of 1-month program. That's right, 2-month program for 1-month price. Call us today. Limited supply.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, finally, after 2 years, yeah, you read that right, 2 years, we get St. Scholastica softball in Duluth. The Saints welcomed home by some much-needed sunshine during their home opener this afternoon against Finlandia. Pick this one up in the top of the second. Finlandia's Daniela Gonzalez nails a single, allowing Jaden Matthews to come home, and they tie it up at 1 in the first. To the third, Saints have an answer back. A swing of their own bat by Mara Sewer makes a run to first. And at another single for the Saints as Tony Bishop flies to first, allowing Heidi Stewart to come home for the score, making it a 2-run game. Saints complete the sweep in the doubleheader and will face Bethany Lutheran this Saturday. From one field to the next, the sun is still shining, and we have more outdoor sports in action. The Hunters of Denfeld take on Proctor Hermantown tonight. Was the opener for the Duluth Wolfpack girls, hosting the Proctor Hermantown Stealth. The visitors got on the board first. Caroline Causey making a charge. She goes low short side as the Stealth go up 1-0. But Duluth answered right back. Ella Brisbois curls one around to tie the game up at 1. And not even a minute later, she's back for more. Brisbois on the wraparound. The Wolfpack take the lead. She had 3 goals in just the first half. Ava Anderson added another for Duluth soon after, but it got tight at the end. The Wolfpack held off the Stealth 8-7 after, count 'em, 5 overtimes. That sounds familiar. It's been a spring season to remember for the Washburn volleyball team. They're undefeated and in the state tournament for just the 4th time in school history. It may be a slightly odd alternate season, but that doesn't take away from the run they've put together. They've won a 5-set thriller in the semifinals today. They're on to the state championship game. The Castle Guards are looking for their 2nd ever state title and 1st since 2000. I also think it's about time we bring you some sunny spring baseball highlights. High school baseball action today. The Duluth Denfeld Hunters welcome in Grand Rapids after getting their first win over Hibbing on Saturday. Denfeld opens up with a solid first inning defensively. 3 up, 3 down, no one left on base. Keeps Grand Rapids scoreless. And it bled into a solid offensive half for the Hunters. Simon Davidson with the base hit. And 2 batters later, Joe Udd brings him home for the game's first run of the game. Hunters take a 1-0 lead. Dane Zuck added another before the inning was done with an RBI double. Caden Christensen dealing on the bump for the Hunters. Here he sits down a Thunderhawk in the second, keeping it scoreless through 2. The Hunters come away on a walk-off win, 4-3 the final. And some more softball highlights from the high school diamond today. Duluth East hosting Duluth Denfeld. The Hunters plated a run in the first on a wild pitch, but the Hounds struck back when they came up. Sydney Zwack knocks one up the middle, brings in a pair to put East up 2-1. And it escalated quickly from there. Cassie Whitmers laces one into center, and that brings Lauren Carlson in. That's part of a 10-run first inning for the Greyhounds. They go on to win it 10-6, the final. And not a good week to be a Twins fan. Yesterday was the 5th straight loss for the Twins at the hands of the red-hot Boston Red Sox team. And to close out the series today, Twins send Michael Pineda to the bump. Jackie Robinson Day across the bigs, every player wearing the iconic number 42 to honor the player and the man. Bottom of the second, game scoreless, but Twins have bases loaded with 2 outs. Luis Ariz pulls this pitch to right, scores a pair, and the Twins take a 2-0 lead. To the third, Pineda absolutely cruising with some early run support. Kiki Hernandez goes down looking to end the inning. And in the 5th, Pineda gets Frankie Carrero swinging to end this one. Pineda goes 7 innings, giving up no runs and just 2 hits and striking out 6. To the 6th, Miguel Sano with the upper deck, a shot to left. The solo shot gives Twins a 3-0 lead. Sano's second homer of the year, and the Twins give up the lead late and win it in walk-off fashion, 4-3. Max Kepler plays the role of hero today. He's done that a few times before. Twins head to the West Coast tomorrow to take on the Angels. And that's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, helped me pay for my house. Being part-time really helped because I could have some opportunities that were still in education.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Imagination makes a community grow. So bring us your best ideas. Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 17% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 models. That's over $5,400 cash back on this Equinox. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
When facing a major healthcare decision, it's wise to seek a second opinion from a team of established experts. Financial decisions deserve the same level of care and expertise. At MPPL Financial, we develop your plan by assembling a personalized team that includes experts in multiple disciplines. So the result is a coordinated care plan that covers all areas of your financial life. Your outcome depends on the quality of care you receive. Call today to set up your free second opinion consultation or visit MPPLFinancial.com.
I will stand for you. Would you stand for me? Everybody deserves to be free. And I would lend a hand to you. Would you lend a hand to me? Everybody deserves to be free.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Some sunny days ahead, Dave.
That's right. Starting tomorrow, we'll have sunshine probably through Sunday and highs near 50, which is a hair warmer than normal. Monday, though, we cool down, we cloud up, and we get another chance for a rain-snow mix.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.